Hi everybody. This video is all about ninth grade confirmation expectations leading into the rite of confirmation. In light of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've taken a look at all of our expectations and modified some of them. So I'm going to walk you through those modifications as well as let you know where to find some important information that will help you between now and this upcoming fall. So this is an FAQ sheet that I created for this year's ninth grade class. It is unique to just this class because those expectations, as I mentioned, have been modified a bit. So I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I wanted to highlight from this FAQ sheet. I'm also going to point out some things on the countdown to confirmation sheet that you will also want to reference between now and this upcoming fall and show you where a few important things are on the rite of confirmation page of our website. So first of all, if your child has not been baptized yet, no problem. However, we do want your child to be baptized prior to the rite of confirmation because that is what they are affirming when they get confirmed. So please contact Katie Strand. Her contact information is on this FAQ sheet, and you can set that up at your convenience. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will walk you through that process as well. Okay, the next thing I want to highlight, does my child have to be confirmed? The short answer is no. There's no magical time to be confirmed. Typically, we confirm students in the fall of their 10th grade year. If that time is not right for your son or daughter, that's okay. You can confirm your faith in a public, celebratory way at any point in your life. So if this upcoming fall isn't the right time, just let me know and we can have more conversation about that. If your son or daughter is really struggling with this decision, loop in a pastor or youth director. We're happy to walk alongside of you in that discernment process. Also, if your child decides that they don't want to be confirmed, we would still like them to complete a project packet and a project and have a one-on-one conversation with a pastor or youth director, because in the process of doing all three of those things, it's really helpful to be able to discern whether or not your son or daughter would like to be confirmed. And the process itself is very valuable. So we do expect that your son or daughter, even if they do not get confirmed this fall, will complete the project packet, the project, and have a one-on-one conversation. Where can I find instructions about the My Life and Faith project, you might ask? On the rite of confirmation page of our website. I will show you here. Oop. It looks something like this. www.sotv.org/rite of confirmation. If you use this little search bar up here and type in rite of confirmation, you can also access it that way from our homepage. And this is going to be your hub. This is where I will post everything that you need to know regarding the rite of confirmation and what to expect, how to get ready for it. So please reference this page of our website. All right, next, when is my Life and Faith project due? So there are two due dates to make note of. The first is the due date for the project packet. Pages 2 through 5 are due by Wednesday, April 29th. And those packets can be either emailed to me or you can snail mail them with attention to me to Shepherd of the Valley's address. And those both the email address and the physical address are located in this FAQ sheet. All right, the second due date is the project itself. The project is due at the time of your child's one-on-one conversation. So in theory, everything needs to technically be done by April 29th because they're going to turn those project packets in by then. So the project should be done by then as well, but it's actually due at the time of the one-on-one conversation. You might be wondering, what is a one-on-one conversation? Well, those are 30-minute conversations. They are casual with a pastor or a youth director, and it's a time for your son or daughter to present their one-on-one project to one of us. And it's an opportunity for us to get to hear what God has been up to in their life through a lens of faith. And it's a time for us to be able to honor their good work that they've put into their projects. And it's also a really great time to be able to check in one-on-one with students. We have such a large church that oftentimes we don't get the opportunity to sit down with students to let them know that we are here for them and we are here to walk alongside of them in their journey of faith. So those end up being a really treasured time for the pastors and youth directors, and we look forward to those every year. So what we do is we look at our calendars and we look for several 30-minute slots that we can offer up between mid-May to early August to have those conversations. We submit them to a Sign-Up Genius, and then starting on April 29th, you will be able to access that Sign-Up Genius link to look for a slot that works for you and sign up for the date and time that works best for your child. And it's a blind sign-up process intentionally. And the week of the one-on-one conversation, we'll get in touch with you to let you know who the one-on-one is with. It will be one of the pastors, me or Zach Ryder, the 6th through 8th grade middle school youth director. And your child should come to their one-on-one conversation with their project ready to present it. And we'll ask lots of questions along the way. And it's a great time to check in with each other. So if you have questions about that one-on-one process, please let me know. But that is a really great opportunity to get to share projects and hear more about your son or daughter. Also, if there is need to continue to meet virtually because of social distancing, the pastors and youth directors will work with students on an as-needed basis to set that up. But all of those conversations, in theory, hopefully will take place at Shepherd of the Valley in person. Okay, I want to move along to the $75 credit. You might be wondering how we are handling that. So we really stand behind the research that supports that students who go on a trip, like a service trip, going to a Bible camp or attending a retreat through their church, that those experiences really are critical for helping young people to develop a faith that sticks for a lifetime. And so to be able to kind of put our money where our mouth is, so to speak, we gift each 9th grade student a $75 credit that they get to use towards a Shepherd of the Valley trip, retreat, or Bible camp. And that's kind of tricky right now. There's a lot of unknowns up in the air. We unfortunately had to cancel our Rest and Relax retreat this April. And so what we would like to let families know is that we would love for you to still register for Camp WAPO or for the Montana service trip. We are optimistic that those will still be able to go on as planned. We'll keep you updated if that's not the case. But if those trips don't work out for your son or daughter this summer, you are able to defer your one-time use $75 credit for next year. So you can attend next year's retreat in the spring. It's slated for April again. Your son or daughter can use that $75 credit for Camp WAPO next summer or whatever the high school trip is for next summer. So if you have questions about that, please let me know. But moving along, the prayer partner expectation, we still expect students to meet with their prayer partner 3 times. And right now would be a great time to do that virtually if you want to do FaceTime or a Google Hangout with a prayer partner. But if your son or daughter misplaced or never received a prayer partner packet, please let me know. And as your son or daughter is finishing up those conversations, they're supposed to be writing just a brief summary of how their conversation went. And as those are happening, they can send those in to me either through snail mail or to my email address. The volunteering and worship expectation is one that we still expect for our students to finish this year. You can have the entire summer to support worship. If that is not feasible for your family, there's another option. And even if your family has fulfilled this expectation already, you can join in on this as well. We want to spread some light and love into this crazy anxiety-filled world right now. And if your family can find a creative way to serve somebody, whether that's writing a caring note to somebody who's in isolation right now, or it's bringing groceries to an elderly neighbor or a relative, we want to hear about it. So take a picture of your family serving in action and then post it to a social media platform. Shepherd of the Valley is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and use the hashtag SOTV Serves. And that'll be our way of being able to see the great work that you're doing to spread God's love in really a scary time that we're experiencing right now. All right, if your questions still haven't been answered yet, please let me know. I am happy to assist you. All right, I also want to show you the Countdown to Confirmation sheet. This can be accessed on the Rite of Confirmation page. It's one of the buttons kind of midway down on your screen. And this is going to be really helpful for you to have at your fingertips to be able to reference information about the Rite of Confirmation. So I just want to highlight a few things here. The first thing I want to highlight is put the dates of the Rite of Confirmation into your calendar now so that you have something to look forward to and you can plan around that, invite your family to come to that. The first weekend of services is Saturday, October 24th for last names A through K. And the second services are Saturday, October 31st for last names L through Z. Because the confirmation class is so large, we need to split it up. So if your assigned weekend does not work for you, that's just fine. You can indicate that you need to switch your weekend on page 5 of the project packet. We need to have that in writing so administratively we can keep track of all of that information. Both services start at 11 a.m. with a 9:30 a.m. rehearsal. So students should show up on the day of their confirmation day dressed how they would like to be dressed. We tend to tell students, just make sure that you know that you're going to be wearing a white robe, so collars and hemlines and shoes will all be visible. So keep that in mind as you're picking out an outfit for that day. And they'll come for the rehearsal. We'll have a light breakfast served for students, and then we'll have them all put their robes on. We'll go into the sanctuary, take photos with a professional photographer, and then we will walk through the service so that there are no surprises that day. And there typically is not enough time between the rehearsal and the actual service for students to go home. So when you drop them off that morning, just plan that they'll be there until the end of the Rite of Confirmation service. Okay. Also, your son or daughter needs to choose a confirmation Bible verse, and they can indicate what they would like to have read for them on the day of their Rite of Confirmation on page 5 of that project packet. So when students are sitting in the pews, we call them down individually in groups of 6 to do their blessing. And that's when families come down and surround them on the kneelers, and we all lay a hand on their head and say the confirmation blessing. And so as they're walking down, we read a Bible verse for them. And so, for example, mine was Revelation 1:8. That verse has always brought a lot of reassurance for me, and that's what I wanted to have read. So a verse can be one that's significant for them because it brings them hope, reassurance, maybe it's convicting. Whatever it is, please write that down on page 5 of the packet. And if your son or daughter needs help choosing a verse, on the back of this countdown sheet, we have several verses that are listed. And they can pick one from here. If they have one already that's really meaningful for them, that's great. Just keep in mind that the verses should be like 1 or 2 at max, not like a whole chapter. All right. Let's see here. You do not need to register for the Rite of Confirmation. That is already built into the 4-year program. So this fall, you can look for an email from me. It'll come sometime in September as a means of checking in, and just expect that to come, and I'll have lots more information to get you ready for the Rite of Confirmation. Also, if you would like to order photos from the Rite of Confirmation Day, you will be able to do that after the services, about a week or two after the actual service itself. So included with the Rite of Confirmation is a complimentary package that includes an individual photo and a group photo. If you would like to purchase more photos beyond that, you'll be able to do that. All right. I think that's all I've got for you right now. If you have any other questions, I am here for you. Please do contact me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.